Hi Aries, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with your reading, what you need to know for January. I already started the reading, but I had to stop because O was making weird noises and I needed to go investigate. O is my cat, for anybody new tuning in. I needed to go check that out. So yeah, we have Strength, we have Queen of Wands, we have the Sun, we have Two of Cups, we have Three of Cups. So what I'm seeing be a really big theme here for the month of January, when we have Strength, it's going to be about honoring something within us, our nature. Because we have Queen of Wands, this can very much be about your self-respect, your creativity, your authenticity. We also have the Sun here in the very middle of this, and then we have Two of Cups and we have Three of Cups. So what this feels like is that by you may be going through something that feels a little bit challenging to the part of you that is the Queen of Wands, but it's something that is strengthening a muscle within you where you really do honor yourself and your values and things that you stand by, what's important to you, how you want to be treated, the way that you express yourself, and the things that the Sun is connected with our life force and what makes you feel strong, what strengthens you. There can be something going on where you feel like you as an individual, there's something going on that may be a little bit of a challenge. At the same time, you can feel like this is what life is about, and I feel like there is some intense, deep intimacy that you're having with yourself. And for some of you, this can be some intimacy that you're having with somebody close to you as well, because I'm with the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups. This can be this, I'm connecting with myself and this part of me that is very strong, and this part of me that is capable, and this part of me that trusts myself. And because of that, you can be seeing this reflected in a close relationship that you have too, where you feel like it's honoring you and it's honoring your connection that you have with yourself. And it can feel like a time of great connection that you're experiencing. I will say, when we have Strength, usually there's something going on that can feel kind of challenging. At the same time though, I feel like this is a welcomed thing that you're moving through. Like, this isn't something where it feels like a type of challenge that maybe you feel weakened by or that it's tearing you down. This feels like something that is building muscle for you. And it can strengthen your self-expression. You're going to feel energized by this process. I will say this too, for some of you, this is just coming to mind when we talk about these things. It's coming from a place that is connected with channeling. It's definitely not going to be for everybody involved. So just that being said, there can be something with the Sun. Maybe you are taking some type of vitamin. I am not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. There could possibly be a supplement that maybe you're taking that can be a specific message as well, but this is something that can maybe give you your energy. Just because seeing the Sun here, it's having me think of vitamin D, and so maybe there's something going on with that. But I'm also seeing, beyond just things physically that are happening, I'm seeing there be a soul process that you are moving through in January. So if that's not something that's sort of on your radar right now, you don't need to put that on your radar. I'm just putting this out there because I'm definitely seeing this feeling of, it feels like something is warming up. And you can feel like your mood is uplifted as well. And you can just feel in general like you have more energy or you have increased energy. And this comes as a reflection, like as a rippling out from you connecting with yourself. It's like some type of intimacy that you're having. That's where this comes from. So because of strengthening the connection that you have with yourself, and this can also be something you're experiencing with another person, I feel like in general you're going to have more energy than you usually do. So you can see that especially within, I'd say, like the first week or so of January. Three of Cups can mean that there's somebody that you're spending time with. It can also just be a time of celebration, or there can be a feeling of things coming together. But it can be something that it took effort for this to happen. This doesn't just feel... Whenever I see strength, I feel like there's something challenging that one is going through for that to be there. It doesn't just feel like everything's rainbows and sunshines and everything's good, sunshine and everything is good. This feels like something was going on that may have felt difficult for you. And then I'm also seeing things really coming together. So there's challenge involved, and there's also joy and alleviation and connection that's involved as well. Which means that there can be trials, there can be problem solving, there can be figuring things out. Okay. An ongoing connection. Having strength and having Seven of Pentacles, I'd say that this has to do with something that you're currently involved in that has challenged you in a lot of ways. And still is challenging. In a good way, though. You can be investing in your work as well, or investing in a role, investing in a relationship. Okay. I also get the sense that something is healing. Something is healing within your connection with yourself. So let's talk about it. With the Queen of Wands, this is the part of you that this can be something healing having to do with your self-esteem. It can have to do with your self-worth. It can have to do with your self-expression. It can have to do with your confidence, your self-love, your passion, your authenticity. And as that is going through a process of healing, which I really do get this sense of illumination that's being brought to things, there can be a close relationship that is also impacted by this as well, in a way where it can feel like there are things being uncovered and there are things being brought to light that you have the opportunity to be healing. So these things can be addressed. So these things can be mended. Something having to do with reliability can be connected with this too. Reliability, responsibility. That can be something here on the table that's somehow connected with this. I do get the sense of there being a relationship healing that's happening here. It will be too connected with that relationship that you have with yourself. Having Queen of Wands and having King of Pentacles, this can be King of Pentacles is going to have to do with the investments that you currently have going on and all of the things that are connected with that. And I think your place within this, what the right moves are for you to be making, and I think how much you're trusting yourself, how confident you feel about what you're currently investing in. It feels like there may have been some type of issue or something for many of you. I do feel like this was a relationship, that this is a relationship that this is connected with. At the same time, it feels like the sun is coming out now, and it may not have been feeling like that before. Like with strength, I feel like there's something that's been painful, difficult, challenging that you've been moving through, but then seeing that Three of Cups, I feel like this is very much being healed. The word priority is coming through. Stuff that's connected with the future is being mended. Maybe something was built and then torn down and it's being built back up again. I feel too like there's an optimism about the future as well and things coming together. Maybe you also know that something is like on the mend and that it's going in the direction of things like fully coming back together, fully being connected in a way that they had been like somewhat severed before, is what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing you really show up here where it may not be easy for you to sort of take on the role that you're taking on in the month of January, and at the same time you can feel like, I feel like it's connected with the way that you perceive investments. When investments become challenging within your life, what you're doing with that, if you're still like showing up and taking care of them, and your thoughts that you have surrounding that, what makes sense for you to be doing. It can also be issues and drawbacks that you experience too, that you have experienced. And now it feels like things that had sort of separated and been breaking, you can become very much aware of what was going on, and also hopeful that these things can be sorted. These things can be fixed. These things can be healed. I feel too like, just as a person on a personal level, that there's a lot of progress that you've made as well when it comes to sticking with the things that are important to you and not just jumping ship. I think it's too like knowing the line between, when is this something that I committed to that I need to stick with and that I want to, this is just something that happens or something that has happened and I'm going to figure this out, versus am I staying too long and do I need to throw the towel in, and like knowing the difference between that. It feels like that's really what the relationship is between Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles. Because Queen of Wands is like, you need to feel the value and you need to feel the worth of self. So if you're somewhere where you feel like it doesn't meet your standards, or you're not being treated properly, or that something is going on that is breaking apart the relationship with yourself, that's going to concern the energy. That's the Queen of Wands. And King of Pentacles can be the part of us that we need to make wise decisions. And I think this relationship between staying committed to something or not, and how that's affecting us and our self-image, the relationship between those energies, and this being connected with a current investment that you have, that I'm seeing things are really coming together. Even though you can be feeling some anxiety about what's going to be happening, because I do feel like there's a lot of stuff that's come to light, and even more so that will come to light in the month of January. At the same time, you can feel like nothing is really, it feels like everything has been exposed now that needed to be exposed, and so the working on things can really be done here. And I think there's a lot of hope within that, and you can feel like you're on the right path, and like there is hope for the future, where things are going, and that there's a showing up that can happen now that maybe wasn't so much happening before. I think you working with yourself on a mental level is going to be something that you are challenged by moving through this when it comes to your feelings about things socially, emotionally, mentally, having to do with connection, how you work through times when you can feel stuck, that also being part of the theme for January. I am seeing a good time be coming up for you where you can feel like there are happy things going on connected with what you have going on. So this is like I'm showing up and I'm doing this, and now there's stuff happening that has me feeling like this is what I'm meant to be doing right now. This is where I'm meant to be. And it just feels like a sign of confirmation. It also looks like there's an opening of the heart that's happening too. And the working through something difficult, challenging, painful. Having that Three of Cups does show things coming back together. Three of Cups is a card of reconciliation. So, and healing, mending. And so you go from Three of Swords, which is just that like open wound pain, to Three of Cups, which is like things coming back together and feeling, I think, like really emotionally abundant. And strength being there is about like knowing that you can do this. And we end with King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So I think that this is something that can feel a bit emotionally and psychologically challenging, and also something that you'll be happy seeing this through. There can be some anxiety, there can be some nervousness, there can be some ambiguity here. I think this is challenging you to work with yourself, the part of yourself that may like start to get in your head, start to really think about things, maybe even start to shut down sometimes, and then how to work with that part of yourself and sort of coach that part of yourself so you can sort of function and flow once again. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.